Yeah, sure, Mukesh. So looks like there's some issue with my video, but I'll get started. So hi everyone, this is Priya here. So I'm part of SAP Ariba go-to-market team, and I have my colleague Badri with me, who is going to present today. And in case if you need any help, or like if you would like to present in the next meeting, please keep myself or Mukesh posted. And we have a WhatsApp group in case if you have any additional participants who would like to join us, please let us know so that we can share the link and bring them into the session. And I would let Badri start the session, and probably we can admit more participants on the go. Yeah, thanks everyone. Mukesh, should we also take a roll call on who has joined, and then we will give the introduction to Badri?
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Yeah, okay. So, Badri,
Yeah, sure.
we will take the roll call and then probably we'll hand it off to you.
Thanks, Priya. Um,
So maybe everyone can quickly introduce yourself. That'll be really great. So maybe Sachin, you would like to go first? You can unmute yourself and just quickly introduce yourself, Sachin. Amit,
Sachin?
would you like to?
Okay.
I will do. This is Amit here. I work for a company called Centrion Pharmaceuticals. So our account executive is from Netherlands for SAP. I head the SAP solutions for Centrion Pharmaceuticals. Yeah, that is my brief introduction.
Thanks. Thanks, Amit. Santosh, would you like to go next? If you can just unmute yourself.
Yes. Hi everyone. My name is Santosh Thorat. So I am part of customer engagement team with SAP Ariba, based out of Mumbai.
Thank you.
SAP.
Tushar, would you like to go next? Unmute yourself and just quickly introduce yourself. Prasad, maybe you can introduce yourself. You seem to be already unmuted.
Yeah. I'm. Good afternoon, all. I'm Prasad Deshpande from Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited. I'm part of SAP MM and PS and RET, part of BPCL.
Thanks, Prasad. Mukesh, would you like to go next? Mukesh Goel, I mean, my namesake, or I'm his namesake, maybe. Mukesh, would you like to unmute yourself and quickly introduce yourself? Tushar, Santosh, either of you?
Hi, this is Tushar. I am from Pidlite Industries Limited, managing the SAP practice here.
Thanks, Tushar. Santosh, Mukesh, no? Okay, so maybe we hand it over to Badri then.
So, Mukesh,
yeah,
I
Santosh.
introduced myself. Was I audible?
Oh, sorry.
Time?
Yeah. Sorry. I meant Sachin, not Santosh. Sorry about that. So we missed Sachin and Mukesh. Okay, no problem. Maybe you can put a quick note on the chat so that we know which company you're from. And over to you, Badri. You can take it away.
Yeah, sure.
Just
Thank
introduce
you.
yourself and then take it away, please.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, my name is Badrinath Vaikar, and I am the solution manager for SAP Direct Sourcing Solutions, mostly for the procurement. I've been with SAP for over 12 years now, under various roles, including product management and solution management role. So my recent role is that I am actually managing the product strategy, but because of my previous legacy roles as a solution manager, I am still continuing to drive these new innovations on SAP as well as from Ariba Solutions perspective. Okay. So I will share my screen and will look into the presentation. I'll try to switch between presentation and as well as the solution to just give you a quick highlight of how actually the solution also looks like. So this presentation was mostly planned to introduce the new and upcoming solution for a direct material sourcing, and mostly with respect to SAP Ariba. And then probably when we meet next time, we will look into only the SAP solutions as well. But for now, I will mostly be focusing on SAP Ariba and also on the strategic sourcing suite solution. So when we talk about the SAP Ariba strategic sourcing suite, it is actually a bundled solution with the sourcing plus contracts plus SLP capabilities. And additionally, we are offering the direct material sourcing capabilities for all the for industries that manage direct for industries that have direct sourcing solutions and that direct sourcing requirements. That can be high tech, that can be automotive, that can be CPG, that can be retail, or even it can be life sciences or chemicals. So for this, all these industries who have actually some direct materials to source direct materials for them, this capability provides some enhanced sourcing capabilities to exchange the data with your SAP solution, to create purchase info records, to import the data, and also on a typical sourcing requirements like a cost bid, clean sheet data, or a complex cost breakdown analysis. So things like that. I hope I don't want to introduce the solution, the way I planned it, but as I just gave a quick highlight. But I would like to get into some of the abilities, something what we say, some recent capabilities that we have built around this solution, to talk about what new thing has been coming. So from the previous instance, this is actually not a new solution. Clean sheets by such, the concept is not new within SAP Ariba. We've been having it from past 1 year or so. There are some new enhancements that have been coming through this. Like, we've been driving, and probably for the next year or so, the whole functionality or the clean sheets, what I say is that the cost breakdown or the complex cost breakdown or zero-based costing. So the industries use different concepts to call it. So, I will just introduce that. So I'll only talk about what is new here rather than introducing. So, the cost breakdown sheet will allow you to capture complex cost breakdowns. Like, if you have if you have actually a item like a shaft as one of the materials, and you need to source it. And if you actually so the supplier gives you a price like, $100 or, or 10,000 rupees for that, you would like to know, and from a direct sourcing perspective, needs, especially like high tech or auto or IMC industry, where there is a need to actually understand the cost structure of it. What is the raw material component of this? When actually the supplier quotes like 10,000 rupees for this, what is the raw material component? What is the labor component of this? What is the logistics component of it? If he is buying something like a painting or some other material or machining, then what is the component of it? So you need to understand the complete structure until you have complete control on the cost that the supplier is providing to you. So to do that, actually, we use this clean sheets. As I said, the solution has been around for quite some time, but it has continuously gone through some enhancements. Now, this is the latest enhancements that I would like to focus. What you see here is actually an RFQ of what we call it as is actually a typical RFQ structure. Again, a document used to send it to suppliers who will bid on that. So this document with some extensive capabilities, like the ability to get the cost in cost groups, like as I said, the cost groups like a procured parts, raw material costs, or these cost groups. What is new here is that you see the totally new UI. The UI that we have been seeing with the traditional Ariba sourcing RFQ and what the new UI see is totally different. I would like to switch to the application itself. So I have created a typical onwards. These will be part of our a standard pre-packaged report. So when you actually try to create a new sourcing event, if you are a strategic sourcing customer and you have enabled direct material sourcing capabilities, then you will get as a cost breakdown sheet as one of the RFQ templates, as a standard pre-packaged RFQ templates. But if you're using for now, you have to build this template by yourself. Okay, now this is actually standard RFQ template. Now, if you see, there are some cost groups we have created. Like this is a purchase part cost, raw material cost, and I have added many line items to this. So if you see the seat for bicycle is one line item, compass is one line item, skateboard rim. So there are some line items or items to be sourced that I have added, for which I would like to understand how the supplier is giving me the cost breakdown. So I'll just go into one of the cost groups by just clicking on it. And the UI shows me the tabular format. The tabular format will give me where actually the suppliers or buyers cost. I can actually add new cost group here.
Mukesh, I think there is an issue with the voice. Can you hear?
Yes. No,
clearly?
there's no. We are losing him in between actually.
Yeah, Santosh. So I
So
guess
same
he
here. I
dropped
think,
back.
yeah, he's dropped out.
Yeah.
So
I
he was
think.
actually dialed in using a mobile network. So let's just give a second for him to dial back. Yeah, he's back in. Hi, Badri. You're still unmuted. You'll need to unmute. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I changed my settings.
No problem. So if you can just start again. So
Okay,
because the last couple of minutes, I think the voice was really
yeah,
feeble.
Okay.
So you need to share your screen again.
Yes, sure. I'm doing that. Okay, I think I think I will just follow till here. Okay, so yeah, the raw material cost, the procured parts cost, how actually these line items are adding up, including the conversion cost. So there are like a couple of line items being adding up. It shows me the total cost. I can navigate between various line items. For example, if I am sourcing about 10 or 20 line items, and each of the line and like the template has about 10 different cost groups. So the navigation was not very easy. So this is a feedback that we had from our interactions with customers.
So Badri, if I can just stop you for a moment and maybe ask everyone on the call, how many of you are familiar with the solution that we are talking about and have already used or are using the solution? Because maybe on the chat, if you can just quickly say yes or no. Because you've straight away gone ahead and started talking about the new innovation, right? Assuming that everyone knows about the tool and what the solution does. So, okay, so Amit says he's going to use it. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, this has
Anyone
been
else?
this is actually not a new thing. Okay, as I'm trying to say, this has been around for some time. But yes, there has been new innovations on this. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, but yes, it is applicable only if you have strategic sourcing suite.
Yeah. So, anyone else? Okay, go on, please.
Yeah. So yeah. Let me close. So you also have an ability to export all these details into an Excel sheet, but per line item. So currently, what we are doing is, if I select this line item and I can export all the bids from the supplier can also do that. The supplier, if he has actually, if he can actually get to the same view and he can actually he can give the bid, he can even download in Excel and he can prepare the bid and he can upload it. So both things are possible. So if you see the total cost here, it's still like it's a breakdown, and you can configure how the costs are going to add up. Currently, like I can give some 10 percentage, like markup of 10% or something. Okay, these are all customizable. Everything is customizable. Everything is configurable. So you can actually configure how the if you see that the price, how the total price is being calculated through a formula. Okay, and how the extended price, everything is configurable. So this, yeah. So maybe if you have any questions on this, I would like to take. Otherwise, you can actually chat or you can ask me if you are.
I do not have a question regarding this, but one thing I want to know, since Ariba is not a validated system as per GMP requirements, yeah. So is my assumption correct here or not?
I can only talk about sourcing side, probably. Okay, so when you say GMP requirements is not validated, actually it is, see, mostly on the invoicing side or the purchase order side, there are some standards that we need to meet, which I am not 100% sure if you are correct or not. I don't know on that area. But especially if I come to the sourcing side, no, I don't think we have any such restrictions on these kind of capabilities.
You know, because
So
see,
maybe
being
you
a
should.
farmer, yeah.
No, so maybe what I would request is if you can just put your question on the chat. Let
Yeah.
me check with, because there's a very specific question. I think we'll need to have the question answered by someone very specific who understands that particular part of aspect of the solution. So just post it on the chat. Go on, Badri.
Okay, so yeah, the next thing that I would like to highlight is especially with the manufacturing companies or at high-tech companies, what innovations that we are doing to introduce early sourcing. You know, we have been doing this as standard sourcing or indirect sourcing or direct sourcing for quite some time, but the new area that new or like a new to bring in new use cases, like especially for your new product innovation and new product development, where where you need to bring your engineering counterparts, especially who are working, your engineers who are mostly working on your PLM systems. You want to bring in that data into the system, the BOMs, early sourcing BOMs, the parts, the design parts, the BOMs, where you want to bring in. So we actually have or even through an API, we can bring in this data. Okay, so you know, if you get into product sourcing dashboard, which I can show, where it gives you an ability to bring in the data like that. So once you have brought in the data, then you can do the general sourcing. There are a couple of other points, like, you know, the new thing that we are coming up, especially in that is by the end of this year or early next year, we have the ability to bring in engineering change numbers from your Ariba, from your PLM system, or even from your SAP system, if you're SAP system, where you can actually integrate the engineering change number, where you can track, especially if you're talking to your engineering counterparts who keep you giving you details like version changes. Okay, like, you know, for typically for an example here, I have just to highlight, you know, earlier you had actually a product with like, you know, with a 10 drill bit length. And now, because of some of your business requirements or engineering requirements, they have changed. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be 10 it has to be 6 These kind of changes keep happening along the product life cycle. When you're trying to, especially when you're trying to introduce new solution, this gives you a lot of leverage to capture more or commit before committing to the spend. This will give the sourcing users a lot of leverage to actually negotiate better, and you have control on the versions and the related pricing. So what I see here is also an example of a pricing revisions, how the price used to look like. You know, this is not just a 1 point price, this is a price over time. How the price over time was there earlier, how the price is over time now, and this version may change again. We have version 2, version 3, version 4. Even on the BOM or at the product level also, you may have to change it. You know, when I say the BOM level or product level, you may remove this drill bit completely and introduce a new thing. You may remove this plastic handle and come up with some latest metal handle. So all these kind of things are possible, and this upcoming solution is designed to handle all that and give you a track of how the engineering change and how can you track it. You can also do a BOM comparison. BOM comparison has been around in our solution for quite some time, where especially if you're using product sourcing, where you can compare what is the price of this, what are the components of this versus this, what are the components and what is the price of this. Okay, so I would like to pause for a moment to check if you have any concerns, and I can move into the solution. Hello.
Yeah, Badri.
I
Hello?
hope I am audible. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So let me show you the product sourcing dashboard. So if you're using, again, a strategic sourcing suite, you have the option to enable this product sourcing dashboard. So I have currently enabled it, and there is in my system, I have a lot of data being enabled as well. If you see, we can bring in BOMs either from your SAP system or even from the PLM system. So this is a typical layout. Now it gives me even either for BOMs, either for parts or materials, it gives me a layout. If especially I'm using or sourcing direct materials, this dashboard gives me the control of all the items that I have imported from my SAP or PLM system. Currently, I have configured it for the BOMs, but if you are coming from a chemicals or process industries where you don't deal with BOMs, you can directly deal with the materials here. It gives you abilities like view like this, like it's a table or view. You can do advanced search, you can filter, you can create widgets, and you can have your own control. And it is all based on your particular view, how you configure it, which differs from user to user. So currently, let me just look into one of the items here. Like, I can go to this, I can just view the BOM details here. It gives me the expanded or the structural view of this particular component. So assemblies and sub-assemblies. It also gives me, there are a lot of fields that you can configure. It is going to tell me like, what is the total cost of this? What is the total cost of this total BOM? Okay, if I can see here, it is about 922. You can configure how it is going to roll up. And there is a version number as well also associated with it. Now I can actually track here how is the cost is how I'm actually trying to track the cost. Currently the cost is 922. What is the cost next month, and how the cost is going to vary over time. Now I will come back and let me also look at the feature that I have shown. If I try to get into this BOM, where actually I'm bringing in a lot of engineering changes. If I go to change logs here, it is going to tell me if I have to track the change number. Okay, 403 is one of the change numbers. So this, if I track this change number, it is going to highlight what has changed. There has been a new item that has been added with this quantity, okay, which is a valid from to valid date. Now, if I go to the next one, it is still going to track, okay, what has changed. So this particular, earlier the quantity was 5 and now it is 4. And what is the validity from? So this is the new innovation. It can go on and on and on, where you can track with the engineering changes happening, how the product cost is changing. Also to highlight, if I actually, let me go back to the same BOM, and actually I can compare this BOM. I can compare this BOM from 2 different time periods. If I go back, like, to few months back and try to compare, it gives me comparison when what changed. If you at a summary level, it you say like 4 items have changed here in this, and I can look into what has changed is actually these owners, and the total cost of this has changed. You can also track if the structure of the BOM has changed, if new additions or deletions has been done. I can actually dig into more and more level of details. If you're actually working on a BOM of 10 levels, 15 levels, then this will be helpful for you to control how the how the parts are changing, how typically the components are changing in this. Okay. Yeah, that is about it. Then finally, I would, I think I just have a couple of minutes. So after like highlighting the NPD, NPI, now I will talk about few APIs as well. So if you see this product sourcing dashboard currently, or the product sourcing, lot of items from various systems, which can be PLM, which can be SAP, or even it can be through manually. You might have imported through CSV BOMs. So when you have imported, there is a lot of data because we have seen customers who have bought like 10 lakh, 20 lakh, these kind of materials they have imported from SAP into Ariba, which means that there is a lot of data that is being sitting in this in this particular application. Now you would like to take all this data, have some APIs, which will enable you to export all this data from Ariba system to other external systems. Also, like, especially we also discussed about this cost sheet or the cost bit analysis. By itself, it is a huge, enormous amount of data that it holds in every RFQ. Now, how do I export it? Now, there is an API which will help you to export this data, to consume it in your solution for you doing your custom analysis, and also to import bombs, CSV bombs from external systems like PLM systems. We also have APIs for that. So I'm not getting into more of the details because this is mostly technical aspects. I just have to highlight these functional aspects of it, what it can probably do. Yeah, that's it for I have planned for today's session. Are there any other questions?
Any questions from the participants for Badri? So Badri, these are all like the roadmap items, right? That's coming in.
No. These are not roadmap items. Okay, these are already there, or like it will be there in next 15 days. For example, this the feature that I just highlighted, is upcoming. But yes, it will be there in the next XP. That is like by October end, this can be enabled. But still, we can, if the customer wants, we can early enable this.
Okay. So
Yeah,
basically,
yes.
these are all the just closely coming up innovations, right? It's not like a long-term roadmap items.
Yeah, these are already there or will be there in next couple of weeks.
Okay, perfect. So I think there is no questions. Anyone else? I think Amit said there is no questions from his side. Anyone else? Any questions?
I said no question, but just want to ask Badri, how are the updates planned for Ariba? Product updates like sourcing, so that we get these features.
So there is actually a jam feature. Yeah. There is actually external facing jam site, which you can track. Okay, and if you can, maybe even from your SAP or I can try to send the link where you can track across all solutions what are the innovations coming every quarter, and it also gives you the link on the documentation or any videos. Okay, mostly it's mostly if actually typical for features like this, there will be a video on how to use it. So this is all a part of our jam site, which is called as a release readiness jam site.
Yeah, if you kindly send me the link, I will be very happy.
Yes, right away. So I will. Yeah, probably immediately after this call, I will send that across.
Thank you.
So Amit, I have one question for you. So I see that in the chat that you mentioned that you're going to implement this solution shortly. So like Badri was mentioning, like some of these functionalities can be early adopted. So do you have any plans to early adopt these solutions, or like you're going to do the direct material sourcing from the scratch for the Ariba side?
What we have planned is that first we will do the indirect material sourcing, but the thing is that because I am not sure if we can do direct materials. Yeah, I just asked you that question also because our materials are, they are medicines basically used in medicinal purposes. So there needs to be your system needs to be GMP qualified so that I can implement direct materials there. Yeah. So that question is still pending, I think.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Got it, Amit.
yeah.
So we'll get that clarified with the product team, and we'll get that answer to you. Yeah.
Okay, Priya, thank you.
Anyone else, any questions for Badri? Okay. So, Badri, I think there are no questions, but in case if you want to ask any questions post this session, probably you can send us a note and we'll get that clarified with Badri and the product teams accordingly. Yeah. Yeah, so we will share this recording shortly, and probably in case if you want to present in the future any of your topics, please let us know so that we can plan the sessions accordingly in advance. Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining this session, and thank you Badri for spending time on this presentation. Thanks for that.
Right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Yeah.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Okay. Thank you.